What's going on, Party Chat Sports? It's one of your hosts, Caleb Gill, doing your parlay of the week for this week. So let's get right into your Turkey Day Parlay. We're doing a parlay today just for the Thanksgiving slate of games. So that's the Lions, Bears, Cowboys, Giants, and the Packers, Dolphins. And we're just going to go right down the line. We'll start with the noon, 4, and then the primetime game is how we're going to do this parlay. But yeah, today's parlay is just going to be for your Thanksgiving games today. So hopefully you're able to watch this in time right before the noon kickoff, place those bets, and then win some big bucks. So let's start with that Lions game where I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I also think the Lions do cover. The Lions are 10.5-point favorites in this one. I was looking at that line against the Bears. I'm like, man, that seems a little high. But then you look at how the Lions play against teams with that currently, as of today, do not have winning records. They are below 500. So the Titans, they beat them 52-14. The Colts, they beat 24-6. The Jaguars 52-6. The Cowboys 47-9. That's an average of 28 points per game between those four teams. And then the first two games out of the gates for the Lions, the Rams and the Bucks are both currently at 5 and 6. So that was a combined score where they beat the Rams, and then the Bucks game was a 4-point game, but that Rams game was overtime. I didn't really factor that one into the 28 points per game because I thought the other four games told the story of who the Lions are today, and that the Lions are a team that it's so not to throw shade at the Steelers, but I'm going to. The Steelers are a team that plays down to the opponent. If the opponent has a losing record, the Steelers are going to play down to that level. The Lions this year, right now, if you're a weaker team, they're going to dismantle you. And I expect them to do that to the Bears, who are sitting at 4 and 7 right now, heading into this Thursday game. So give me the Lions minus 10.5. The one thing with the Bears, too, is their last two games against the Packers and the Vikings, they lost by 4 total points, and those are NFC North games. So if the Bears do cover, it probably has more to do with it being an NFC North battle. I just think the Lions are too good right now, and the way they beat teams, they're going to kill them. I think it's going to be a double-digit game for the Lions. So minus 10.5, also over 48.5. I could see a lot of points scored in the early slate on Thanksgiving while we're eating that first meal. I think the Lions are going to be feasting as well tomorrow. One of those guys that are going to be feasting, give me Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown in this game. At least one of those running backs are going to score, right? It's going to be Gibbs and or Montgomery. I could see both. I didn't bet both. I took Gibbs because he does have that versatility, not just to run downhill, but also out of the backfield in the receiving game. So I do think he does get a touchdown. Ultimately, they both probably do, but I thought the safer bet was Gibbs. And I took that safe bet so that I could take this risky bet. If you look at the Lions Thanksgiving games, 3 of the last 4 Thanksgiving games, there's been a defensive score. If it's a safety, if it's a pick six, if it's a fumble return for a touchdown, 3 of the last 4 Thanksgiving games in Detroit has resulted in that. And they've all been made by the team that won. I think the Lions are going to win. I think the Lions are going to get a defensive score. If it's a Caleb Williams strip sack fumble, if it's a pick six, I don't know. Return for I don't know what the touchdown is going to be. But I do like the touchdown for the Detroit defense at plus 550. And that just boosts his parlay. So give me Lions defense scores an anytime touchdown. Moving on to the game if you're looking for a nap on Thanksgiving, this is the time to do it. This Giants-Cowboys game, it's a stinker of the bunch, really. The over-under is set for 37.5. This is my under of the week. 37.5. I don't think points are going to be really scored in this one. They're going to be hard to get for both sides just because the lack of talent, especially right now for both teams, is so bare. The Giants have some playmakers, but do they have the quarterback to get it to the playmakers? I do think the Giants cover plus 3.5. I do ultimately think the Cowboys win. I didn't put Cowboys money line or anything like that. I do think the Giants cover the plus 3.5 at least. Maybe the Giants pull off the upset. Would it really be that much of an upset? I don't know. But plus 3.5, give me the Giants, and then also under 37.5. In this game as well, Tyrone Tracy. Just get the ball in his hands. That's the Giants' best chance to have success, is getting the ball in Tyrone Tracy's hands. So I didn't do a rushing yards for Tyrone Tracy. I did a combination of rushing and receiving yards over 79.5. Rushing and or receiving yards, just a combination of total yards for Tracy. I think he's going to hit at least 80 in this game against the Cowboys. Final game of the day, Dolphins, Packers. I'm on the Dolphins are fraudulent. They do not beat teams with winning records. They just haven't. It's just not in the DNA of Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa. The Packers are a team with a winning record. It's in Green Bay. It's going to be cold. It plays in the Packers' favor. So give me the Packers minus 3.5 as a favor. I think the Packers do win this game. And I think they cover the 3.5 spread. The other legs I have in this game are rushing yards. Because it's going to be colder, it's going to be a more rushing involved game. I don't see a lot of passing. So I didn't take any of the Dolphins receivers, even though I kind of wanted to. I thought the Lions defensive bet was risky enough, so we're going to ease up a little bit on some of that riskiness and just go into the rushing on the Packers. Josh Jacobs, who's been balling. One of the underrated free agent signings of the year because he's been overshadowed by Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, but Josh Jacobs has been a good get for the Packers this year. He's going to get over 71.5 rushing yards. And then also Jordan Love. There's just going to be a lane. All it takes is one first down run for Jordan Love to cover 6.5 rushing yards. So I do think he ultimately does get that. I think he does. So, to recap, your Turkey Day Parlay. We're starting the day off in Detroit with the Lions covering 10.5 point spread, and also the Lions and Bears are going to hit the over of 48.5. So that is your over of the week. I've got Jahmyr Gibbs anytime, and then my favorite leg in this entire parlay, the Detroit Lions defense anytime touchdown. Heading out to Dallas as they host the Giants. Giants, I got covering plus 3.5, but also the under of 37.5. And then Tyrone Tracy, combination of both rushing and receiving yards, over 79.5. And then the final game of the day, Packers hosting the Dolphins in a cold November Lambeau game. Packers cover minus 3.5 as a favorite. And then rushing yards is 71.5 over for Josh Jacobs, and then over 6.5 for Jordan Love. That is a 10-leg same-game parlay, 3 same-game parlay bets, but 10 legs plus 47,145. So my $10 wager has a total payout of $4,724.57. Let's see if we have a winner here on Turkey Day. Hope everyone has a great day. Enjoy your meals. I know I'm going to be eating multiple. I'm going to be the first thing I'm putting on that plate. I'm going to get some turkey, get some mashed potatoes, get some stuffing, pour some gravy all over it, maybe get some ham. I don't know if it's going to be cheesy potatoes or mac and cheese. I don't know what it's going to be, but at least one of those. We have a roll or two, and that food coma is going to hit by the time the Cowboys game starts. So eat that first meal, nap during the second, hope the parlay hits, and then that second, and then be ready to eat again for that third game, where hopefully we are still working on this parlay. Hope everyone has a great day. Hope everyone has a great rest of your week. We'll be back here at Party Chat Sports next week to look over what did happen over the Thanksgiving week. Make sure you continue to follow us at Party Chat Sports on either TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, and tell your friends, refer us to anybody and everybody. Until next time, have a great rest of your day. Follow at Party Chat Sports. Peace.